Okay, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, my friend. I just,
All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for being here. And yeah, you were so right. Yeah.
because what the hell? What the
What the, just what the fuck?
that part? And I can only imagine from the site that we are linked up to that there are probably some books in there. I can only imagine because this was just.
I'm pretty sure the comment section is commenting today about this bullshit because it's just too much. But we have been calling this out
Yes, we have.
from day one. And it is getting like more and more is coming out. And also, you being the media genius that you are,
Thank you, my friend. Same to you.
uh, and definitely a great um, investigator. Um, but you found out some things, and that
Child.
just blows, just makes what we've seen even more
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
But we called it though. But we're gonna
Yes.
get more into that because this. Let me tell you, this
We got
episode
we got
with
dog walk it to get to there. And by the way,
oh,
y'all,
okay.
Gigi is also an excellent genius in her own right. I just want to say that because she was the one that broke out the teaser trailer of the fact that the show was coming back. So as she loves on me, I love on her. We love each other. Shout out to our main man Q and Talk with Solana as well. We love them as always, for sure. Yeah, I just, I feel like this was an episode where Solana would not mind the bullshit that we cause when the four of us are up here, because you need to be able to laugh to keep from crying with this episode.
Lord, listen, I just looked down and I immediately see some bullshit. So we gonna see if it's true or not. And it pertains to Clay and his best friend thing. Just okay.
Okay, let's get to this review.
Listen, I can't even look without seeing shit. Like it's so much.
Send me the link on IG so I can pull up as a tab so we can add that to the top chat. I don't know how we're gonna get to this poll. I don't know how we're going to get to this tea. I don't know how we are going to.
Listen, you know the link, okay? Because it's in the link where we go. You know where it's at. I cannot. So you have it. I'll just say this, just so that you can see if you want to go see. If you go scroll right now, it's 1, 2, 3. The fourth comment.
Okay, I'm about to go there right now.
Looks like Isaiah.
Four hours ago?
Yes. Do you see it?
Mm-hmm. We'll bring that up a little bit later. Child, let's do this fucking damn review because we said that this show had more energy than Love and Marriage Huntsville. But even this shit ugh. I mean, this is like Carlos King consulted. Or let me flip it reverse where I'm back. This is like Carlos King was a consultant for this episode. I was about to say this was like Carlos King consulting with the team on what they should do. But no, this was like, extra producer credit Carlos King on this episode. Because let's get this shit started. Okay. This don't make no damn sense. It don't. So we're gonna kick it off right here, okay? Child. Jared is making tacos. Kiki and Brandon are sleeping together. That is some progress. Shout out to the progress because we need it for this damn show. Tatiana and Clay are in the intimacy suite. Oh, look at that beautiful couple. Oh, you see how the feet is on the thigh, everything. And the pink set is Cavassier's favorite. You know what? You don't even deserve the distinction, the privilege, and the fucking honor of us saying Cavassier as a liquor. Grand Marnier deserves Grand Marnier because guess what? At least, when it came to the end of that season, even though we saw the shit for what it was, and he got with a combative woman, at least that storyline was cleaned up. We're going to get to it. Gigi, what did you think of this scene?
Listen, I'm with you when you're talking about you don't deserve to have a favorite nothing with this woman. She has given you so many chances, and all you have done is let her down, and then you just continue to do bullshit after bullshit after bullshit. And you got what you wanted. You got her into the intimacy suite. But I told you I didn't like him. Something about him.
You did.
Something about him. I knew it. Just something was off. And he's just untrustworthy. He's definitely immature. He is not ready for a relationship. And then the bullshit that his best friend was talking about when Tatiana, which I don't want to jump too far, but talking about how Tatiana is as a person, not being the type of person that needs to be around his daughter. Girl, you're a porn star. I mean, listen, and you know what? I'm not even going to say that. Let me not. Because there's nothing wrong with being a porn star. But when you act like that, the way that she was acting, it's a problem with you personally. It doesn't matter what you do. You could be a fucking bagger at a grocery store. But when you have that shitty ass attitude, you aren't the type of person that needs to be around a child. So, girl, talk about yourself. But Tati definitely just has continued to give this man out. We've talked about it so many times. Yep. I am glad that it's over.
Me too.
But the shit that has continued to come out is just too much. And I even said it. I've been saying it. When he was talking about the baby, I said there's more. There's got to be more. And the same thing with Jared. Same thing with Jared. There's more. There's something else. I felt Kiki. Same thing with Kiki. There's more and more stuff just keeps coming out. Normally, we get to about the 4th or 5th episode, correct, and that's when we start learning the back end, the truth on the back end, not just what we see on the show, but the real truth behind the scenes.
Yep.
And that's what's happening. We're on this is episode 7?
Correct.
And the truth is coming out more and more. So, yeah, it was time for this to come to an end, but I know we're going to spend a lot of time talking about his deceitful ass, but yeah, not going to spend too much time at the beginning because, yeah.
Yeah, we're just going to go through these very quickly here, y'all. And we're going through this to give you context, conjecture, and connection because, as Gigi would say, we give color to culture. And, child, this is like this is like if Disney's California Adventure Wonderful World of Color was turbocharged and they turned up the brightness on every color, they turned up the fire to the highest temperature, they turned up the spouting of water to the highest level that they could, and they just said, fuck the video effect. And you're seeing it at maximum capacity, and the show is about to be shit. By the way, to the Californians out there, I'm not wishing that on that wonderful masterpiece. I was using that as a metaphor. But that's what this episode feeling like right now. So, Cinco said that Tatiana made you snore. I've been there before. Welcome to the club, LOL. Then Clay's best friend and Tatiana's mama coming. This picture right here. Babe, you catch a fish.
Stop it. Stop it right now. Stop it.
He was fishing. No. He was fishing.
You're right.
He was fishing. Now, see, I have done nothing wrong here, okay? Now, listen, for those of you who don't know, there was somebody's mama on Ready to Love that, you know, it was a little cougar cub relationship. And let's just say there's nothing like being in mother's bosom, okay? You know, and mother couldn't be a full-time mother and rock it out because the bottom of her heels were fake, but that's neither here nor there. The ruby red slippers were more solid than her existence. But we're gonna move on. Cinco and Jay, very nice bonding moment. Of Jay doing Cinco's hair.
Now I can see is this closet of fake red bottoms. Her just sitting in the closet, just full of fake red bottoms. Just
and none of them work to take her home. Okay. And Kiki is at the fridge. Why is the fridge being opened up more than y'all relationship? We did tell y'all.
So that's what we on today. So that you know what? Okay, right. All right.
I mean, what do you feel the energy should be for this episode, Gigi? You tell me, because I don't have no.
Okay, so I guess the episode is close the fridge, open your heart. I got you.
There it is.
Got you. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Yeah.
And by the way, for everybody,
speaking of that, I'm about to make a sandwich.
Listen, and for everybody, y'all know I love my thick girls. This ain't nothing against the thickums, okay? That love to eat. I'm just saying, I have no mental for this episode. I talked with Gigi before the show, and she talked to me. I literally said to her, I cannot promise you that your mental health, my mental health, our mental health is going to get to the end of this review. I cannot promise that. Because let's roll on. Because this ain't it. Okay. Now, this was a very sweet moment of Jay and Cinco making it do what it do. I thought this was very nice. Jay said Clay was drunk. I just want to recognize that all the Clay around the world, from pottery shops to Play-Doh, are offended by Clay's existence. I literally just got a text from the Clay community saying that they are pissed the fuck off. Just now, ladies and gentlemen. Just right fucking now. Okay? Okay. So, Jay said Clay was drunk. That his best friend was 5'11", tall drink of water, and was an orange star. So so basically what you're saying is she tall enough to ride the ride, and she knows how to utilize works of art for her to make masterpieces. Is that what you're saying, Clay? Were you? Did she combine herself with your clay? And did y'all make a vase where you can put things in it? Or did you go up in her vase and fill her vase up with a rose. Let's just roll on. Actually, before we roll, Gigi, what do you think about this? As you see, I have time.
Well, first, let's say after you found the time today, because yeah, um, first off, this is my question. Okay, understand you can be very proud of your friends' accomplishments. Nobody's saying not to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're not saying that there's a problem with being proud of who you associate with, okay?
Absolutely.
But we also know as a people that we have a way of doing things and saying things to let things be known without letting it be known. Okay?
Correct.
First off, you are in a house with other couples, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Why, for one, are you describing your best friend to these other couples the way that you did? The way that he described her was so sensual. You could tell either he has lusted after her body or he knows her body and he knows exactly what her body entails. And then you're describing it to other men who are with women in this house. Disrespectful as well.
Correct.
But that goes a few different ways for me. Because one, not only are you being disrespectful to these other couples, but also you know these other men in the house and you know that some of these men aren't even true with their relationship. So you're opening a gateway for your friend and these other men as well, or for there to be some lusting for it. I could just be thinking too far, but listen, it goes deep. So many different things that could be going on. But either way it goes, it's disrespectful. Yeah, you describing her like that. And then also, what does it matter if she's a porn star? If she worked at the movie theater, would you be, would that be a thing that you'd bring up?
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, why would you bring up certain things? It all rubs me the wrong way. He rubs me the wrong way. Like, you could just tell that there's something else. And I do feel like they have had some type of situation. They definitely had some type of situation. And you could tell the way that she was holding on to him, even after Tatiana had the whole problem, like the way you're holding on to him and stuff like that. Girl, listen, I'm going to tell you, I like watching my Chinese dramas, okay? I'll be watching them. And that's exactly what they be doing. Like, girl, you were trying to play this really, really good. The fact that you do not, oh, this is just my best friend and he's always going to ride for me no matter what. So you're basically disrespecting this woman in her face, letting her know, like, it doesn't matter at the end of the day, this man's going to choose me because I'm his best friend. We've known each other since we were 7 and I've always been there for him and we've always done this and da-da-da-da.
Right.
And we'll talk about that whole phone call because that shit was just crazy too. But just to like go off just on the whole fact of him describing her the way that he did before she even came, just set it up to where it's enough. He set it up to be questioned, I feel.
Oh, absolutely. And bruh, with you saying that, you watched it, sir. Okay? You watched it. And it's okay if you watched it. I feel like everybody, since 2020, we all have the right to release mentally and otherwise. But we also don't release for our own benefit and fuck over other people in the fucking process. Okay, let's just roll. Here he is here. When my best friend get here, y'all gonna be like, okay. So did we get to Kiki and Brittany. Kiki and Brandon have not had any sex. I am sure that the sweetness of white wine has been swallowed more than white icing down the throat. Okay, we're just going to leave it right there. Okay. So with that being said, Brittany is not here for it with Ty either. And y'all can figure out what the hell I'm saying with white icing, okay? Y'all can figure that shit out. You know what? If you want, you know what? Let's keep it on a alcoholic basis. White Russian cream, if you're nasty. So there's nothing that Ty can do to change Brittany's mind. What did you think of this, G? I really got time today. Because I'm not wearing a producer hat. I'm not wearing a viewer hat. I am wearing my Arkansas Little Rock 9 hat of I know good to fuck damn well you ain't doing this shit. Now shit. Go ahead.
When it comes to Brittany, first off, Brittany and Kiki, what are y'all sitting there, Kiki, and talking about? Because both of y'all in the same situation. Kiki, you in that situation because you choosing not to be. Because I really feel like you still in love with your ex that's back at home sitting there waiting. And even though you didn't came on this show, you trying to do either one or two things, which it could be more than these two, but this is just what I've come up with. One, you're either trying to show him like, hey, I can be with somebody else and there is somebody else that likes me, so you trying to make your ex jealous. Or two, in doing that, you're also letting him know, like, I only want you, though. So I'm not going to connect with this other person. I'm not going to let him get close to me. I'm not going to allow him to touch me. We're not going to be intimate or anything like that. So Kiki is choosing to be how she is. Brittany, when Kiki asked her basically, like, what is it, like, why is it that you're basically not connecting with Ty? Are you not attracted to him? The way that Brittany looked, which definitely is a trick of the camera. Sometimes they catch things and sometimes it's just, it's editing just to make things look worse.
Right.
Regardless, we have seen it time and time. She is not attracted to Ty, which I don't understand. You've been talking to this man for so long online. You've seen what he looks like. You know, but whatever it is, you're not physically attracted to him. Because if she was, there would be no resistance. When you're physically attracted to someone, you want that physical touch. You want that physical connection. You're not going to allow yourself to hold back. And that's when all of those feelings of, I want to take my time because I'm not attracted to you, or I want to get to know you, that stuff kind of goes out the window a little bit quicker because of the physical attraction. She's not attracted to Ty like that. She's not really into him. And then with the other issues, just like she said with him cooking, saying he'd cook for her and basically wait on her hand and foot and all those issues that she said was a problem he's working on, and she's still finding an issue with not liking him. Right. So Brittany and Kiki are going to be the next couples to go. Like, what's the point in wasting time? I don't see them leaving with each other. Kiki and Brandon's not leaving together. Brittany and Ty's not leaving together. I don't see it happening, but
yeah,
that's what I think.
I have to agree with you because we started off on such a high at first because, this was the second season. It got renewed very early, right? And was excited about it because it was new content, right? And OWN desperately needs content. But to have it this far gone is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. It is just ridiculous. Thank you for that, Gigi. And for those of you who are wondering if Gigi's been to us, okay, probably not, because she probably did not expect me to say white Russian cream, okay, rather than white wine, okay? Y'all can figure that out. I'm sure for those of you in the back, you probably figured out like, oh, shit. So then, everybody, we have, playing spades, pool, Alexis looking like the neighborhood mother. I say that lovingly, of course, because we got mothers in the neighborhood that we need to love, honor, and invest in, because, child, without them, some of us would not have made it. Some of the fathers of the neighborhood as well, okay? So that's all up. So then we get here, we get Brittany, right, talking to Alexis. I did not realize that knife was that close. Single laid down some cards. In time, he's playing pool. Gigi, do you have any comments right now? Because I really am losing it right now over the fact that knife was that close to Brittany.
That which knife was so close together?
No, I say, you see this knife right here? I didn't realize how close that knife was to Brittany.
Oh. Say one more word and it's over. And the way she looking like, I wish you would. I wish you would.
I'm like, wow, I did not know it before. I'm just imagining the people in Video Village, and for those of you who don't know, what Video Village is, right? Video Village is basically like the on-set control room for a reality show or a movie. And when you're there, you're able to see everything that's going on. And I just imagine Video Village was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And what the fuck? Okay. So we get to this. Okay. Now, this person's name is Jamila. Now, Jamila jumped on Clay and, wrapped her arms around him. Now, I didn't really. Hang on, let me see if I can go back to it here, because I don't think there was legs wrapped around. Let me see here.
So the way she jumped, she did wrap her leg around. It wasn't like a full connection where, she connected and crossed them. But right. That leg definitely swung around that thigh. There was a little jump pause. Yeah, she put that.
I'm going back right now. The crazy thing was she shook out her hand for Chris, and I'm watching it now. Yeah, it wasn't a full connect, but her legs were dangling. So, with that being said, I just know this, right? I just know this. Now, I've never met Gigi before, but definitely that plan is going to happen. For sure. I think she feels the same way about me and, Q and Slaughter, all of us, for real. because we have formed a bond, and some of these people are so close to me. Like, you need me, I got you. I'm not always able to have it, but emotionally, you got me. And Gigi is married. Okay. Now I know good to damn well I can't do that to Gigi. Okay, I can't do that to her, and Gigi can't do that to me, right? Because there's a line there. We best friends, we homies, we good. But I also need to respect the marriage, right? To me, in this situation, you have lied about being a vegan, which, bruh, there's Impossible Meat, there's Beyond Meat, there's Boda Burgers. Like, dude, you in LA, which is one of the vegan capitals of the world. Y'all could have went on a vegan day. Hell, that was a little white lie. You've been having this baby thing out for a while now. Everybody else knows it except Tatia. And now on top of that, you are allowing this woman to jump on you, and there seems to be a more joyful connection to a visit rather than the person you've been staying with for 3 weeks. Go ahead, Gigi. I'm okay.
You're absolutely right when it comes to that. Like, it's the respect level. It absolutely would not happen. There's no way, not even for a sibling or a relative, am I jumping up in your arms and spreading my legs to cross them around you. That's just me. I'm not going to do it. Especially knowing that, one, I am married, or if the other person's in a relationship, respect. But also, it wasn't even just the way she bypassed Chris, jumped in his arms. It was the squealing from both of them. They squealed like little kids.
Yep.
Like, and the way that he wrapped his arms around her and just hugged her so tight.
I mean, my Lord.
Even with people who have been best friends for a long time, or even grew up together, there's a different kind of hug that you give, and it's definitely not like that.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
And you did that around everyone in the house.
Yep.
So did you think it wouldn't have got back to Tati? Like, that's what I understand. Do you really think that she wasn't going to know?
Right.
You're in a house together with these people. This isn't a separate incident. This isn't isolated. They're right there. Everybody's right there in a cluster. They're okay. Especially after the way that you hyped her up about being the porn star and this, that, and the third. Of course, people are like, wait a second. You hyping her up like this is the person that she was supposed to be with.
Exactly.
And that's what I kind of feel like. Maybe they had a relationship, or him being the best friend and knowing she's a porn star, she definitely probably gave him some. I'm pretty sure she did.
Oh, my question.
But yeah, ain't nothing right about that.
Not at all. And here's the thing, right? I know I like what the fuck I like, but I'm also respectful of what I like. Now, y'all know I talk about Nzinga Amani a lot, right? Now, she said in an Instagram video that just crushed my whole soul that she has a man, allegedly. I don't know for sure. That's what she said. If I get in the industry and, I'm talking to Nzinga Amani and stuff, right? Like, of course, I'm going to give her, an industry hug of like, hey, good to see you. But I'm not going to be lingering, and, staring into her eyes and everything else, because it's just like, no. Even though I know she should be Nzinga Amani Lee, Nzinga Lee, Miss Lee if you're nasty, even though I know that shit, doesn't give me the right to claim something that I did not work for. And I don't mean work for in terms of, I got to put in an application, and I got to have a background check, and then we got to go on days. I'm like, no, it's the fact of she don't know me, bro. Sis, fam. How dare I come into her world and not even respect me being in her presence? Her presence is a part of her world. So if I can't respect her presence, what makes you think I should be in her queendom? What the fuck is wrong with you? And y'all know I like what the fuck I like. But even I got limits. Okay. So, as we learn, okay, here's the couple, okay, alleged couple. Talking about, Clay talking about a confessional that she gives that feminine perspective, and she's always been there for me and stuff. Come to find out, now y'all remember that Clay said this was his best friend, right? And y'all remember when Clay said in the last episode that his best friend is going to help him tell Tatiana she has a child. Turns out, this woman is the godmother to the damn child. Take it.
So, okay, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna read some comments. Okay, that's what we're gonna take it.
Please do,
listen. Come on, Cavassier. This shit just don't add up. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into some of these comments. Now, at the very beginning, we were talking about the comment that was made about the best friend that I had just seen.
Yes.
I don't know how many people heard this or if anybody knows, but so it is being said, so we're going to say allegedly.
Yes, allegedly.
Cavassier and the best friend was on a dating show together. And it's on YouTube somewhere. So we're going to have to do some research and find it. But, so DNA says, Cavassier, you sloppy booty-doo built poor character having deceptive ditty mouth breathing lying fundamentally deceitful bastard. I'm going to say that once again. Now, this isn't me saying this. I'm reading it. I'm going to read it one more time.
Go ahead.
Cavassier, you sloppy booty-doo built poor character having deceptive ditty mouth breathing, lying, fundamentally deceitful bastard. That's what they said. That's what they said. Okay, Cavassier. The lady Go says, my brother and I are super close. We have a great relationship. I have never ran and jumped into my brother's arms for a hug like that. Also, I don't walk around with him arm in arm, resting my head on his shoulder. When we're talking together, we just walk. LOL. Exactly. That is my point too. The way that he was walking around, which I mean, we'll get to those because I think I got slides of that too. Yes. That hug afterwards. So let's talk about this. Now they're out walking, right? Tatiana gets wind of what's going on and what's being said, and she confronts them. Okay. Now Tatiana lets it be known that whole run and jump was not cool. The wrapping around the legs is not cool. The whole, intimate way of them being is just none of it was cool. It was very rude for it to happen. She's upset about it. She lets it be known she's upset about it.
Yep.
Now, the best friend, with her deceitful ways, basically stands there and gaslights and makes it like, oh, Clay, if this woman acts like this, then she's definitely not right to be around your child. And how
she
can you have some...
She said, not to interrupt you, gorgeous, just
go ahead.
She said that Tatiana is barbaric. Barbaric.
Yep.
What?
Barbaric. Of all words to use, she's barbaric. Okay. I'd say probably protective. And I mean, as a parent, that's kind of a good quality to have. Yeah, you don't want nobody just step into your man. You definitely don't want them stepping to your child. So no, I'm gonna set the record straight. But for her to say that Tatiana's barbaric and she should, basically that's not a good person to be around the child and all these things. What made it worse is after the fact of this being an issue and Tatiana expressing the issue that she had with it, the fact that how this makes her feel and how wrong it was for the hug that they gave. Right. After talking, they hug again, but this embrace was even more intimate because the way that she embraced him and put her head into his neck, that is not a friendship hug.
Right here.
That is not. And then y'all walk off and you got your arm all in his, your arm in arm locked and your head go on his shoulder and no. That's even more. You're taking the disrespect a step further, and you keep going on and on with it. Because how is it that this woman expressed to you how she feels, but then you allow even more of an intimate embrace afterwards? Oh, okay, because her legs was down, it was different. He doesn't know cues. He doesn't understand emotions or even. I feel like Tatiana's blunt. Tatiana's been blunt about stuff. She's been very expressive, and he is just not getting it. He's not getting it. He's not that bright.
At all. I'm
gonna read this comment real quick from Vibration Girl 326 says, Tati, you really let this bad body, heavy-lipped, lying ass, slow-talking, mouth-breathing, no backbone having man-child get you got. And you were going to give him more time because he was nice. Parents, teach your daughters. Nice does not mean genuine. Nice does not mean kind. Nice does not mean good.
Amen.
Yeah, this is it.
Very well.
Yeah, I'll do one more from Couch Critique. They actually got quite a bit here. Couch Critique says a man named Clavasier from Riverdale were the first red flags to catch. You know. If you know, you know. I really hate Tati was embarrassed the way she was, but they were never meant to be, LOL. And most of the housemates knowing and not even dropping her a hint was whack as fuck. They're all lame for that. Clay is such a big ass loser, but also wish Tati wouldn't have put the flame under his feet more because her man can't decide between you and his porn star best friend. Then have the audacity to gaslight Tati as if it was her fault for being upset about it. But him having a baby would have been my focus point because the motherfucker been playing her from the jump. Especially once she finds out the story behind the baby. Charlie should have kept her mouth shut because she got some nerve to thinking their relationship is any better. But she's about to find out. Laugh my ass off. Literally throw the whole house away because none of their relationships are worth fighting for. And that is so true.
Yep, facts. I
But yeah,
fully agree with that comment. All the comments, well done. That one that called him a bastard from A to Z, that took my soul. In the words of Tom from Tom and Jerry, you set my soul on fire.
yeah, it took me out. Yeah.
I mean, let me tell you something. For those of you who don't know that iconic line, you set my soul on fire, that is from Tom doing a little bit of what's been happening in dating for some people that they don't know how to let go. And Tom didn't give up. So he was singing, is you Israel, is you ain't my baby. Tom got a better shot again, an animated female cat than this bullshit. And he's an animated cat. Child, that's not even all. Okay. Shout out to Gigi for that tea on the YouTube show with Clay and Jamila. But child, that's not even all. And we're gonna have to put this at the end because it's gonna make it shake a lot more.
Yeah, because that tea that you served me today was piping hot. I'm still sipping from it. Okay.
Child.
Yes. Yes.
Child. We'll get to that tea because let's roll on because this is too damn much. So after all that, Tatiana does not want to hear about this woman, right? At all. Respect. And Tatiana's being gracious in what do you have to say? And Clay is still fucking up. So then he drops the news that we've all know that he has a daughter and that she's a couple of months. Tatiana is so done, she's not even upset about the baby. She said, I don't care about the child. And I will just say this. I don't think Tatiana is that mean of a person where she would not care about a child, y'all. Okay, let's understand the magnitude of the veracity of the energy that's being served. Okay, let's be in this space right here, right from this space right here, right now, rather. Tatiana has been played a fool all season. Okay. Lied about something that's important to her when she said most of the other dudes have not been vegan, and she was cool with it. Cool with it. Then Tatiana was up on game, but she was just behind one game. She was at game 6. She didn't get to game 7 yet. Still playing out the relationship. Then you bring your best friend into the situation. And then you say you have a child that was only a few months old, where she said, I don't even care about the child. It was the fact of you not being honest with me about who she was. So when Tatiana said that she doesn't care about the child, I don't think that she was saying that from a point of view that she does not care. Because Tatiana seems to be a better mother of having no children than Clay having children. I'm going to say that 2 more fucking times for everybody in the back. Tatiana is a better mother with no children than with Clay having children. Tatiana is a better mother with no children than Clay with children. And thank God Clay didn't say, well, you know, she's the godmother of my child. So
no, but his dumb ass is gonna say, well, she's my best friend, and you know those flowers I got you, she's the one that told me to do it. Excuse you? So you just want to make this worse. And you're right. Tatiana was definitely not saying that she did not care about the child. What she was saying is she doesn't care about the fact that he's got this uh baby that's only a couple months old compared to the disrespect that he just showed her when it comes to this best friend. Okay, so you wanted her to blow up about this issue with the best friend so you could soften her up with this whole, for the blow about the child. Okay, well done. Well done. That was then and there. But let's talk about the rest of this, which, as you said, at the end, we'll definitely talk about it because knowing what we know, that is nothing compared.
So, before Gigi goes on, we need a call. Call me and Gigi because I feel like Taronda is going to need the cavalry. You know the two Muppets that are in the orchestra box in the theater, the two men. That's needs to be me and Gigi on this reunion.
Yep.
And we are on the set. We ain't backstage. We on the fucking set. Now, I didn't mean to bullshit, Clay. You told her that your best friend told you to do it. Does Tatiana not know that that's the godmother of your child?
Nope.
Bray on. Whoop your. Try me, motherfucker. Try me. Whoop my ass. You strong physically, but mentally you fucking weak, motherfucker.
He got too much ass on his back for him to have enough. That's gonna push him over. Listen, Clavassier, if that is your name, which from what we've seen it is, because you're an actor. You are definitely an actor, in which it even brings up, have you acted with your best friend before?
That part.
I
mean, if it was a show on YouTube, right, with them dating, I am sure if it's a dating show, because, for example, shout out to Kendra G, who's been making it do what it do with her app, right? I think she got 5-year anniversary. And by the way, speaking of that, that's how the first dude came about on the Never Ever Mets with that DV situation. He was on Kendra G. Usually when you do a show, you're able to promote stuff. Now, I'm not saying that somebody will promote their OF in a dating show on YouTube. But take an inch, make it a mile, right? You get everybody has to have their American Idol moment of, oh, damn, this is a show. And y'all, that was a brilliantization of me going off on Clay. But if that were to happen, I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. Own security's going to step up. Okay, because they ain't going to let nothing happen to me. They're not going to let nothing happen to him because we are content for the network. Number 2, Gigi is going to go off. Be like, who the fuck are you talking to? And then Taronda's going to be flabbergasted. I see why Braylon and Gigi are the cavalry. Because even this season, I don't have the mental. So that's what would happen. But call me and Gigi, because we need to be the two men from the Muppet Show in real life at that reunion. Because somebody needs to be the fucking buffer at this. Some damn body.
Right.
Because the chat. Okay.
Yeah, because this season, it started out, and it's just continuing, and it's getting worse.
I mean,
we're starting out with hiding kids and fake relationships, and it just keeps going. Well, I don't understand why any of them even decided to come on this show.
Right.
What are y'all getting out of this?
We need to talk to the casting team. How did these people get through? What did you know and when did you know it? Bumori Productions, I need you to come to the front of the court. Oh, I need you to come to the front of the court.
15 minutes of fame is up. People's personas, they're these fake personalities that they're given and representatives that they've brought. They are tired and they are ready to leave. So now the real them is coming out, and it's starting. Like, you can't hide it anymore. Just like with Jared, he can't hide himself no more.
No, not at all. To the family and friends, we need you to come to the front of the court. Go ahead, Gigi. Y'all. When
no, it's just crazy knowing that this was the situation. But I mean, was it unexpected of Clay? Because what we've seen so far, we knew that there was going to be more.
Oh, absolutely.
And then for him to go, like I said, after the whole fact of, the issue that Tatiana had brought up and how she felt about it, he didn't go check on her right away.
Not at all.
And that intimate hug that him and his best friend had, and then the lock in the arms and putting the head on the shoulder, walking off, that's not what best friends do. That's not a best friend gesture. That's not a, I accept what's being said, especially her being the best friend. If you're being the best friend, you're being disrespectful to him as a best friend, knowing that he's in a relationship, because instead of you saying, hey, I understand where she's coming from as a woman, so I'm not going to do this, you doubled down and even took it a step further.
Correct.
And then Clay didn't go check. He went and sat with the fellas, basically just like gone. He was just like, it really didn't matter. He didn't, instead of him worrying about Tatiana, he was more worried about his best friend.
Yep.
And hey, let me get you out of the house first.
Yep.
And then, you know what I'm saying? Which is, hey, that's fine. Get her out of the house, then work on things with Tati so that, things are calm. Definitely could have been harmless. But the things that led up to it is what makes it a lot worse, to where it's like every step that's taken, especially with his best friend, is going to be questionable because of what was seen and how not only he was acting, but how she was acting herself. Regardless of if Clay could be like, oh, well, I really don't see anything. That's just my best friend. She might not see it like that. And in her eyes, she wants more. So she can cause a problem just with her own wanting. It doesn't have to necessarily be that Clay wants it. It could be something that she wants. So she's causing problems herself.
Absolutely.
It works so many different ways. But Clay doesn't look like the type where he's going to let that slide now. He wanted that.
And you know what's crazy? When Clay said that, I'm like, hey, Clay, let me let you know something. If you were in LA when the fires were going, when one side of the country was hot and the other side of the country was cold, if you said, hey, you know what, listen, you know what, go leave your home, leave everything that you have worked for and get out, right? That would work. But also, too, once a fire is happening, you can't say, okay, you know what, I'm going to put the fire out, right? And then I'm going to handle my home. You losing your home as a fire's going, you dumb fuck. When a volcano's exploding, you know what? Let me try to put out the volcano, motherfucker. The volcano is bigger than you. When Hurricane Katrina happened, you know what? Let me go stop the levee. The levee is bigger than you, dumb fuck. Okay, let's roll. Let's roll on. Because when I tell you this tea we're going to drop towards the end of this, you're going to understand me and Gigi's beyond pissed off Tiffany energy on this.
Well, listen, I'm going to read a couple more comments because they keep coming.
Go ahead.
So let's see. Diamond Dane says, so the sex worker is also a social worker and can determine who's a mother figure. Mo Wonder says, and apparently she can see tax bracket everybody in. LOL, right? Ray says, OMG, who is this baby mama accepting this sex worker to be the kid's godmother? Fail. Yes, girl says, laughing my fucking ass off. Literally. It was giving, she really is the child's mom. 2025 friends that look like her aren't truly that concerned about how a grown-ass man raises his child. She just wanted that D, right?
That part.
And it I don't know, she kind of did give off baby mama vibes a little bit, but on, because it's so crazy that in this moment and Tati feeling that way, her mom was able to come at the moment when she needed her the most.
Correct.
And she was able to talk to Tati in that time. And Tati, just like she said, normally she doesn't like to express herself in front of people. So her mom is her rock. That's the person she goes to when she needs to talk to somebody. So for her mom to show up, she's like, Mom, basically I felt played. He played me, and that's the problem. And listen, her mom looked like, her mom is very beautiful.
Absolutely.
But she was not for that shit when it came to her daughter. She was like, wait, do I get to meet him? Where he at? Now, where he at?
And this scene right here, to give context, conjecture, and connection to everybody, Clay thought that he was going to be able to sit down on the same couch with the woman he hurt and meet the queen. Let me flip it, reverse and rewind it back so I can bring the metaphor to the foreground for your existence to understand. This prince thought that he could sit down with the princess that he hurt and meet the queen. That this is her princess, and thought that it was going to be a meeting of actually talking. Gigi, can you please let them know what the princess did to this prince when he
First off, can we say that he is a prince? Is he a prince or is he a pauper?
Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, my Lord.
I'm just saying.
Wow.
Because he definitely is not moving like a prince. He's moving like a fraud. So it seems that he has fraudulated his credentials as a prince in order to get close to the princess. But his deception has come clear. And he thought that he was going to be able to meet the queen in his existence of a fake identity. But he was unaware that the princess had already seen through and had exposed him to the queen. And he was no longer allowed to sit on the throne or even in the same vicinity as the princess. He is now cast out and cast away and is now among the beggars.
See, this is why I love Gigi, right? Because I bring the comedy, she bring the humanity, and it just come together. You see that? Because I'm thinking of a particular Disney movie. You're not in your world now. You're in my world now. And I have friends on the other side. You got what you wanted, but you lost what you had. Now, at least with Prince Naveen of Maldonia, he lost his status because he was not moving in king energy. But at least Prince Naveen utilized the state he was in to grow the fuck up. And he got everything back tenfold because he moved accordingly. And in that song from Dr. Facilier, I think I'm about double speaking, but anyway, you got what you wanted, but you lost what you had. And Clay, I just want to say this to you, brother. And I'm not spoiling a damn thing. The movie's been out for years. Y'all ought to watch it. It's a good movie. It's the last animated hand-drawn movie from Disney. When Dr. Facilier thought he had the plot, in the words of Sugar Mama, hold up, shorty, hold up, bitch. Hold up, shorty, hold up, bitch. Hold up, shorty, hold up, bitch. She brought that talisman. And that question from the friends on the other side that have asked all those other people, are you ready? Dr. Facilier didn't expect his friends from the other side to ask him, was he ready? And he got handled. Because guess what? Friends have standards and requirements. And when you break that, though, there are consequences. So, Clay, you really thought that this talisman that you had mentally around your neck was going to be able to keep you in this condition. But motherfucker, Tatiana broke that talisman, and all of your friends that you thought were on your side, motherfucker, they said, oh no, there's a limit. And you done. By the way, it was hard to come after Gigi, okay, after she said that. So I hope I did what I could. But
you definitely did. Listen, I just set it up. You alley-ooped it, okay?
I mean, like, what? Thank you, Queen. What else can you say? I mean, listen. I mean, even on Cheetahs, you know, they give you some time to cheat. But this was just blatant. Not blatant. Blatant.
And then he cannot take the rejection.
Oh no.
He is not one to take rejection. And maybe he's not used to it. Maybe that's a song for him is being rejected. So he's like, before I get fully rejected, I would rather just leave and be the one doing the rejecting.
Correct. So with that being said, Tatiana wants to sleep on him. Child, you know, there's not too many people that were in Christ's image, but I think Tatiana got the stamp of approval. I think she really did when she was made at Baby Corp. For those of you who know Boss Baby, I think when she was at Baby Corp, I think she got the platinum seal of approval. Because this is just too much. So then Jared, with his fucking ass. Okay, so we're here. That's Tatiana there. That's Alexis. That's Brittany. That's Kiki. That's Clay. And then that's Chris. That's Cinco. That's Brandon. That's Ty. And then I think that's Jay, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's everybody. But with that being said, Jared says he was married for 3 years, but it was exhausting. And if I can find a person that doesn't make it exhausting, then I'll marry them, but I'll keep looking. What the? So, Gigi, what's the show called?
It's starting to be called It's Exhausting. This is exhausting.
But what was the show called, Beautiful? Because I just want to make sure that you and me and everybody's on the same damn thing.
I mean, it says The Never Ever Met.
Okay. So that's tell show. If I'm not mistaken, now I know for those of you in the back gonna be like, Braylon, you're being redundant. This is redundancy with a fucking purpose. Okay, out my rambling comes greatness. Just give me time. You mean to tell me, you dumb fuck, right, that you, first of all, Charlie had a secret to hold from you, and everybody got on her, rightfully so, because that was disrespectful to bring that burden on you. But then you had a burden, sir. And for all that you can say about Charlie, at least Charlie has been holding her on. I can at least give her that. And this show's about 7 couples who have been dating virtually, but that have never met in real life, and y'all been dating for a whole presidency. But you mean to tell me on national motherfucking ass television, okay, that you found it exhausting to be married? And if I find a person that's not exhausting, I'll marry them, but otherwise I'll keep looking. What the fuck did you come on this show for, sir? Gee, does my redundancy make sense here? Because I want to make sure that I'm not losing it.
I'm trying to figure out what part of relationship, marriage, friendship, like what part of that was, I don't know if I missed it. Maybe I missed it, but parts of it is going to be exhausting. Because a part of being in a marriage or relationship or even a friendship is sometimes you give yourself to an exhausting level.
Yes.
To a point, and it's not even necessarily a bad thing, but sometimes because of the love or care that you have for someone, you willingly will exhaust yourself out.
Correct.
In order to make sure that that person you're caring for is okay.
Absolutely. Correct.
In a friendship, if a person is going through hardship or a breakup or, lost family, something like that, sometimes having that care for them can become exhausting because you might be the only person that they can talk to during this time. Yep. So being on call becomes exhausting. Sometimes it's exhausting being a parent. Being a parent is exhausting. But you can't not be a parent just because you're exhausted. Now, yeah, there are a lot of people who check out just because they're exhausted and because they can't handle it. But exhaustion is a part of the reward. You get so exhausted, but the reward that comes with what you have given is so beautiful and so much more than the exhaustion that it's worth it.
Without question.
But that's only when it's true and when it's something real. when you're going into something with ulterior motives, just like Jared did, he's going in because he only wanted to smash after 4.5 years of talking online, and him seeing the thickness, and of course he's lusting because he's a man. He got what he wanted. Like you said, the honeymoon phase is over because he got his his rocks off. He got what he came for. So he came in with an ulterior motive and a motive of just wanting one thing. So of course he's going to continue to find this exhaustion and say, and this honeymoon phase is going to be over quick because you're not even putting yourself out there and giving yourself the necessary openness to be in a relationship. He's not worth Charlie. Charlie's got a lot going on too. I was also wondering, and there's nothing wrong with having multiple baby daddies. I'm not saying that there is, but I just wonder if she has more than one baby daddy.
Correct.
I hope she's not the type that, because there are women out there that will get pregnant with every man that they feel like they love. Correct. So they feel like the best thing to do is give them part of them, which is a child, which that is definitely not the way to go about it. But because right now, especially with that baby being a month old and what she's going through with Jared, this is definitely not the time for her to really be giving herself out like that.
Not at all. And I appreciate the context, the conjecture, and the connection that you made to the definition of exhaustion. And the reason why, hey, Tuber Chat, good to see you, my friend. By the way, if y'all are not connected to Tuber Chat, a great brother from Canada. He does different streams 3 times a week where you can meet up with other content creators. And then he has a raid right after. He actually had an interview today about he had an interview with a content creator, how they got to 10,000 subscribers. So when you get to 10,000 subscribers, you get the chance to be interviewed by Tuber Chat. So like, comment, share, subscribe to my man Tuber Chat. Good to see you, good sir. Hopefully all is well with you. And like I said, I appreciate what you did, Gigi, because I'm really sick, tired, and drained. Like, it's beyond exhausting. I'm drained of people utilizing words and disrespecting the reality of those words. And I know that you agree with me with my redundancy. And I brought that redundancy up for this fact. Jared, you know what was exhausting? Those inmates, right, in Cali, who got paid, I believe, $7.25 an hour to fight wildfires. Now, the crimes they commit are the crimes that they commit, okay? He or she has us in cast the first stone. But for the fires not to stop for shit, when people were losing their shit. And I read a story of a mother, I think her name was Kalani Jackson, single mother, 2 kids, out in California. She's going to school to be a nurse, and she's living in a motel room and in her car because she couldn't get renter's assistance. So I bet you she's exhausted, Jared, of trying to do the best she can off of an event that she had no control over. So the fucking exhaustion you feeling is shit compared to what Californians went through when they were losing everything, and those firefighters who could have died trying to protect. Bruh, I'ma need you for your own mental health to get in the bed, pull the covers over your face, and go the fuck to sleep. You and Alicia, y'all can fuck off. Saying that's toxic when the 47 administration, courtesy of the Department of Homeland Security, is apparently talking to some reality show producer about creating a reality show series for immigrants to compete for U.S. citizenship. That's toxic. Sick of y'all dumb fucks. Go ahead. I just had to get that out because I'm like, are y'all really saying words out loud?
Jared's exhaustion is just an excuse for his inability to genuinely connect. I feel like Jared definitely, like, he's always going to have this issue. And this is in my opinion, seeing how he is as a person in a relationship and on this show makes me wonder, because as I said, being a parent is exhausting. Is he going to check out of parenthood too? Is it where he's only a, when it counts type dad? You know what I'm saying? Not fully engaging, but when it counts, he's there. Not even when it counts. When it works for him.
Yep.
Okay. So it's like, let's just be for real. Okay? Because if you're saying that you basically was married for 3 years, it became exhausting. When you find somebody that's not exhausting, then you can be in a relationship or you'll get married again.
Right.
You have to be okay. Being exhausted and being emotionally checked out, not really wanting to be in a relationship, that's going to culminate and create that discord, so where of course you're not going to want to be together and the relationship's not going to work. But when it's just where it's exhaustion, there's so many different ways when you truly love somebody to work around that. And like I said, that exhaustion at time becomes rewarding because you understand what you're working towards with this person that you're truly in love with and you're wanting to be with. You're willing to go through the exhaustion, and that person's probably exhausted too, but you guys are exhausted together, and when the time comes, you'll be able to rest together. So when you understand what you're really fighting for in the relationship, you understand what it's worth and what's happening. But Jared's, he's not there either. He's not at that settle down level. He's definitely not ready to settle down with Charlie. Like I said, he got what he wanted from her, and that was that. They knocked boots. And that was his end game. He got it. Nothing left.
Facts.
And there were some comments that we'll read later, but I'll just say to hit on some of the comments. Charlie does do a lot of talking about other person's business. Other couples' businesses. She's always up in the business and she's in the mix. And she's got these comments. But she's about to start crying soon.
Yeah,
because you were so worried. Yeah, you're worried about other people's relationship, but you don't understand that this man that is in your face is really a wolf. He is smiling in your face and really just to get what he wants. He got it. Now he's about to change up on you.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And y'all, if y'all had earbuds in, I am so sorry, y'all. I am so damn sorry, truly. In doing this job as a content creator, it's not easy, right? Especially if you are an original one, to stay an original. But as Gigi would often say, we give color to culture. And to hear Jared said what he said made me say what I needed to say. And for anybody that said, well, Bray, you weren't out in Cali, so why are you getting upset? Just because I wasn't there doesn't mean I can't have empathy, sympathy, and humanity to understand that nobody wants to ever lose everything that they've ever worked for in a moment. Like I said, just because we're not hearing about a story doesn't mean people are still not navigating it. So there are bigger things that are toxic, Alicia, and there are bigger things that are more exhausting, Jared, than the shit that y'all are choosing to create. Okay. Child, I hope what I said made sense, y'all. If it doesn't, you might need to sleep with it for a little bit. But I could not let this show in without saying all that.
Yeah, but once again, Alexis, you need to really watch what you're saying and worry about your relationship, because it's not just pearls in the ocean. Okay, now listen here, you're worried about all these other people, but there's a lot going on in your own relationship that needs to be worried about. Some things that can be seen as toxic.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So yes, moving on. And Gigi, thank you for always being good people. Gigi and Q, our main man Q and Solana are they're used to me going off. But as Gigi knows, because we talk on a regular basis, I am very quiet for a very long time before I go off on anything. Because as I have evolved, as I have expanded, and as I mentally lay with my perspective, I recognize that sometimes people need time. They need space. They need things to click. And when you're adding an exploding volcano of perspective, that doesn't help. But at some point in time, if you're not recognizing the eruption, the damage is going to be devastating anyway. EG knows my humanity goes far beyond what anyone could ever say about me. And I don't talk about my humanity, I execute it. So I want to thank Gigi for supporting me in that rant, because y'all, people have lost a lot of shit. This is a reality show, but there are people's real lives that are more real than this show, and that needs to be recognized. So with that being said, Cinco is right here. Brittany's right here. Brittany is tickling Cinco. There's Jay, there's Alexis, there's Ty. I think this is Chris. But with all that being said, Brittany is tickling Cinco, and Alexis says that, the fact that she is, engaging everyone but Ty is not cool. Gigi, what do you think about this? I know we talked before the show what you thought of it, but child, when you said what you said, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it's exactly what I said. So for those who followed season 1, there was a couple which we have actually referenced during this season 2, Jody and
Aaron J.
So Jody definitely was not into Aaron J at all. At all. Didn't want him touching her. There was barely any
conversation. There was really no interaction, nothing happening between them, but yet she would conversate and, joke around and touch other people's man, especially Chris. And that's what Brittany reminds me of. She reminds me of Jody because she's not into Ty. She's not
Justine,
really
Justine.
into him.
Yes.
Hey, Justine, she's definitely not into him, but yet she can give that attention to others because she has some type of attraction. Now, it doesn't mean that she necessarily wants to be with them, but she could definitely have, since she does have an attraction, she finds herself able to open up more to them, which is that's wrong.
Right.
Because you're here with a whole person, and he has actually, done some pivoting and changed. When the conversation came out, they had their therapy session. They was able to talk about how they felt about each other. Their family members came and they had conversations. And Ty took immediate change. He made an immediate change to make sure that Brittany felt better. But Absolutely. She's not opening herself up for that. So right. So basically what he's doing is in vain, honestly, because she's not trying to really be with him. But yeah, for her to be able to have, that where she's playing around and she's able to, joke and tickle him, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I said to and very well said, Gigi, as always, gorgeous. I said, she reminds me of a more mature Sienna. If you don't remember Brandon and Sienna, you might want to watch season 1, because everybody was rooting for Brandon at the end of the show. Everybody, and we mean everybody. Okay. Now, granted, we do not know if Sienna is still that person, right? Because that was a space and time. However, during that time, she was bad. And I don't mean bad in terms of a good thing. I mean, she was bad in terms of your existence disturbed her. And it's like a more mature Sienna because she's not going off about it. She's just being very even keel about it. So, but child, this was not even keel. This was not low and slow. This was pancakes in the skillet, and I'm throwing the pancakes at you. I'm not serving them on a plate. Glass? No. Dixie Ultra Strong plates? No. Empty plates? No. Dollar store, 99-cent store? Walgreens clearance section paper plates? No. I'm talking about getting a oven mitt and throwing a thick hot pancake or pancakes in your fucking face. This was in the foyer for you regular people, but the foyer for you bougie people. Gigi, what did you think about this? Because when I saw this, I'm like, oh shit. Tatiana's putting the real in reality. She said, fuck these cameras. Fuck these mics. Fuck this environment. I ain't gonna go off verbally. I'm gonna just go off mentally.
So okay, now I'm trying to think, was this This was before the phone call, right?
No, I think that was the morning of.
Because that's when they did that's when the phone call happened, was the morning of, because the next day they had the that's when they was in the kitchen talking. And she was basically saying, like, call her and let her know, like, what she did was not right.
And this was the morning
he couldn't even do it.
Yeah, this was the morning of. When he woke up, he saw that on the ground. You know, it reminds me of a beautiful song from Aretha Franklin called "A Rose Is Still a Rose." Baby girl, you hold the power. He can't leave you or take you, make you or break you. Baby girl, you hold the power. I was just like, damn, she really means it. She's not playing out here. And to that point, right here. So Tatiana said, I want you to call her. And I want you to have some backbone. You know, there's a show called Temptation Island. It's on Netflix. Y'all should watch it. It's a great show. 4 couples who are at crossroads in their relationship, trying to figure out if they should stay together, leave separately, or go away with a tempter or temptress that they met on the island. And Temptation Island really is just a conduit for you to have confirmation. Like, you know that you should break up, but you need to go to the island to just make sure you weren't crazy. And I feel like this was Tatiana's way of, I just need confirmation. Child, the way Clay gave that freedom to Tatiana was, oh my God. It was almost like, how can I put this? That's like you have a 1.75 bottle of tequila and you're giving shots to everybody, right? And it gets to a point in the night where it's like, Chuck. Oh, yeah, y'all must not know who the fuck I am, huh? All right, I got some backbone. Is everyone having a good time? You like Braylon? I'm fine, JJ. Leave me alone. And I'm not saying shit. And then I gotta go to the hospital. Because I gave myself, in this Braylonization, alcohol poisoning. Because I thought I had it in me when I didn't need to prove myself and just own my shit. Because I know who I am. That's what I felt like Clay was doing. He was like, I will drink this 1.75 bottle of tequila and I'm going to prove all you fuckers. And he poisoned himself with mental alcohol poisoning. GG, over to you.
It was definitely, I don't know what he thought he was doing by even accepting this, knowing the fact that, one, either he didn't really know his best friend or he didn't think it would get to the point that it got to. Because him even calling, he was afraid. He didn't want to even make that call. He was not defending Tatiana in any kind of way. And when the friend was basically justifying everything, he didn't say anything. And then she brings up her tax bracket.
Yep.
like, that's being disrespectful to your girlfriend now, because what does that have to do with anything? Yes, we know what you do, but how do you not know that Tatiana doesn't make enough money, honestly, to, you know, exceed what you think?
That part.
Like, and he just sat there quietly, just letting it just continue to happen, not saying nothing. So, and we've talked about it. She's continued to give him an out. She's continued to give him away, and he doesn't know how to accept it. He's not mature enough to really be in this relationship or grasp what happened or what's going on.
Exactly.
But yeah, he set himself up.
I mean, the house is silent. I mean, Jay gives an audible, verbalization of, you see his face? This is just season 2, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to recognize this. This ain't season 10. This season 2. And then Kiki, I don't know why your ass just had to do the most. Did you see Kiki leaning like she was doing the rock away? Now lean back. Now lean back. Now lean back. Now lean back. I'm just like, Kiki, you ain't right for shit. I mean, she was on a bar stool, just leaning. That is going to be a gif or a meme of, if I send you this, I'm not asking you, I'm telling you to tell me more. I was just like, oh my God. Did you see that part, Gigi, when Kiki was leaning in?
Yeah, Kiki I can't with Kiki. That girl's something else. Like, you doing all that leaning in, lean into Brandon. Lean into Brandon.
Oh my God. I could not. So right here, here's Tatiana. This is Clay. Not getting up to go after her, but just like, fuck. Just fuck. Just fuck. So then here is Kiki and Tatiana talking. Now, Kiki, I know you were trying to be a homegirl, but you should not have asked this question. So what are you going to do? How do you feel? Kiki, how's your situation, like Gigi said, lean into Brandon? You asking Tatiana about how she feels, about her not knowing something that the rest of y'all knew? And on top of that, he got more love for his home girl than his main woman. And yet you just broke off your ex relationship 4 months ago, and you still live with him, and you asked her how she feeling? Okay, I'm just like, wow. And I said, we still haven't got
not only just that, but she did the same thing with Brittany. You steady all up in everybody else's business, but you ain't telling Brandon the truth. You ain't being honest with yourself. You just want to continue to lie and play this soft, I'm just so soft and kiddish role. No, girl. No. It's time for you to stop playing these games. It's time for you to get out of everybody else's business, worry about Brandon, figure out what y'all finna do, and move on. If not, girl, get off, go. It's time to go. Just go. So
Yeah. Because I'm just like, this ain't making no damn sense at all. So then you have this situation here. You got Jay and Cinco cooking. You got Brandon working out. You got Charlie and, Jared on the couch. And then you got Chris and Alexis holding on to each other. Let me bring up the notes here. Let's see here. Oh, and then yes, Clay is not. Clay is not being. I think I put protective or not being, not having a backbone, some stuff, and then, and then Tatiana said, "And this bitch is just sitting here." I'm like, oh. And Clay was like, "What did you say?" I'm like, sir, y'all be lucky she said something to your ass. Because there's a statement that I've learned a long time ago, is if people love you, they'll say something to you. If they're not saying anything to you, that's when you should be worried. And the fact that you got more upset over Tatiana saying this bitch is sitting here than what you did, bruh.
Exactly, that part right there. Just can't even say words, just sounds. Just
I can't do it.
And that's how it was. He was just sitting there, like, you didn't want to go run after her when the whole situation happened. When the conversation happened on the phone with your best friend, you still wasn't trying to check your best friend in a way of saying, hey, well, this is my, she's like a big sister, like the biggest sister. Wait, what was his words? She's the big sister I wish I had, or some shit he said.
Yeah, that's what he said. He's the big sister that I wish I had.
Okay. But the way that y'all act is not brother and sisterly.
No.
Okay. And you're not even trying to support this woman, but yet you're expecting her to just forgive you because why? Because you said sorry, which I don't even think at this point he has said sorry yet, because he's still not understanding like what he has done and how it affected her. He is still not understanding or comprehending like his actions and the causes that it's had, like the consequences that it's had on Tatiana, his lies, his deception. All of this has played a part. It's his own doing, and he's not accepting it. He's not understanding it, and he's not mature enough to actually say, hey, let me give you that time. Let me even show you. Because I've said the words, I love you, but let me show you the action behind it. He doesn't know how. He's not mature enough to understand and to differentiate between loving someone, being in love with someone, and showing the actions behind both of those.
Correct. And he's not being, I just figured out what I meant to type in my notes. He's not being protective at all. And to your point, Gigi, Tatiana brings that up. If I said I love you, but my actions did not show that, would that be love? I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what she said. And Clay said, I can see your point. So we're just going to skip over this part. We're going to say this part very quickly, but it was in the episode. Brittany and Ty went to Ty's apartment. Crab legs happened. None else happened. That's it. Okay, now to Dr. Alley.
Hold on. They had a kiss. They had a little kiss.
Yeah, they did, child.
So, and that's what I'm saying. Speaking of that, Ty is trying. He is putting forth the effort because they've had that conversation. She has let him know what he like or what she likes, the issues that they had, and what can make things better. He is making the changes that she's asking for, but she is still pushing away. She's not giving herself to him because she's not attracted to him. I will say it over and over. She's not attracted to him.
And he even brought up the fact of consent. You know what I mean? And I wanted to slap you, but wanted to be respectful and stuff. Like, he trying. You know what I mean? That made no sense at all. But yes, that did happen one day. I was just saying that because it's something that happened, but it wasn't a pinnacle point, but it was a point on the mountain, to put it in that fashion. But you're all right, Gigi. I just because this Dr. Alley check-in child, this should have told Clay everything. I mean, everything. It was just so. I liked how Taronda just set it up and just walked away, because as the host, right, for reality shows, you usually get briefed, right? There's these things called dailies in the world of movies and TV. That's what the network gets, or the studio gets, of what's being filmed, right? And it's a way to check in on production. I can imagine that when Taronda got briefed, she was probably like, you know what? I'm just going to let this roll and make it do what it do. And so when Dr. Alley, asked, why am I here? Clay said that his big sister came, family came over. And I'm like, Clay, that wasn't family, bro, but you ain't getting that shit. And, Tatiana feels like, she's being gaslit, she's not being seen, and everything in between. And Clay has not seen the side Tatiana. And there was a throwback clip of Clay not wanting Tatiana to see his text. And Dr. Alley brings up avoidance coping. I wrote that in my notes because I wanted to talk to you about this, Gigi. Basically recognizing that you, instead of you taking the Benadryl to get better, you rather just be sneezing all over the place. And you're avoiding, your allergies, to translate it. And when Clay tried to reach out to Tatiana was not here for it at all. She wasn't here for it here, there, or anywhere. Tatiana. She would have been here for green eggs and ham. Okay. Before a touch from Clay. Okay. What I love about this show, even though this season's on my everlasting nerves, is the humanity in this show to bring in that expertise to, as you often say, you bring color to culture. What did you think of this? Because I'm just like, dude, if you don't see that this relationship is over by this session, I don't know what other sign you need. I really don't.
I mean, let's think. If he's not even able to recognize his fault, how is he going to recognize that this is over?
Agreed.
I don't know. I don't really feel this with everything that has come out about Clay. It just makes me wonder more and more, like, how much of this did he even take seriously in the first place?
That part.
How much of this was a part of his plan and his end game? Because I don't see him really feeling like this was really like his I don't know. Like, this is just another IMDb credit. That's what I'm feeling right now. Like, I feel like this is just another credit for him.
Is it sad that I want to see that woman who said I buried a candle and a man back on my screen than this shit? Is it wrong for me to want to see her?
Listen, you know, yes, that when it gets to that point,
I mean, just for those of you who do not know, Ray to Love is on a break right now. Okay, let me pull up Ray to Love cast. So let me bring up the cast, okay? So the person that I am talking about is Sahara. Now, she said that she has buried a candle and she's buried a man. Okay. Now, I said, now, if a man were to say that he buried a candle and a woman, he would be known as a stalker. He will be known as a creep, and he will be dragged from the highest point of the sun down through Hades' asshole. And Zahara ain't good for no damn body, let alone herself. But at least she owns the shit. The fact, like Gigi said, the fact that I want to see her right now is sad. That's sad. It's very, very sad.
That's, yeah. That is out of this world. I am flabbergasted. Just, wow.
I feel like I've heard that word before. And by the way, Sahara, that's not a win for you, sweetheart, okay? Because you still should be off the show. I'm just recognizing my mental state is to that point where at least it's better to be with the devil you know than the devil you don't. Okay, so that's not a win for you. So, with that being said, Brittany wanted right here. So here's the kiss right here. So Brittany wanted. So Brittany wants to come to Ty. Right. That's the energy. Right. Here it is there. Gigi, did you get everything out that you needed to about that session? Because I'm just like, child, it was what it was.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's the date there. And then you got Chris, his cousin. I gotta tell you something. I thought that this was actually very pleasant. Because remember when we said how crazy it would be if we got to meet Chris's family? I thought this was kind of cool. Like it wasn't that bad. So that brother there, his name is Siantu. And then here is Maya. Now Maya is here. Now she ain't got like that to throw them thighs out like that, but she got that confidence though. She that auntie in the family, her kids are out the house. And she doing everything that she wish she could do. This engagement right here was hilarious, okay? I'm just going to keep it a buck with you. So, like I said, Siantu is Chris's cousin. Maya is Alex's friend. Siantu and Chris talk about cougar energy and that Alexis is aggressive. Now that's Chris and Siantu, right? Now, this one right here said, I got some condoms for you. Condoms, Rose, condoms.
Listen, her and Alexis look like they are on a Cougar World Tour. Like they are out looking for sugar babies right now.
Oh, my Lord.
They hitting college campuses, nightclubs, daycares. They're just going wherever. wherever they can.
I have to say, I would give it to Alexis before Mayana, but that's just me, though. Because
Listen, there's a comment here that I was saving, and I'm gonna go ahead and just
go ahead, my friend. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna let me see if I can find it again. Okay, it says Alexis, Chris's girl, wigs. What the fuck? I mean, damn. And her best friend too. They gotta do better. They're too old to be wearing 1999 wig. Okay, $20 wigs, not the $20 Party City wigs.
I can't. Why are these people like this? Comment section, don't stop being who you are, but just
They said them wigs is wigging, honey. Them wigs is.
Oh my god. Oh my god. So, Maya and Chris talk about, Alexis and that, she's a beautiful woman, and, Chris was about fitness. I'm like, Alexis, she carries her weight well. You know what I mean? Listen, fitness can be fun with some cardio. I'm trying to do an Alexis. They're talking. And Shantu says, it's not your movement, it's your mouth. But Chris really likes you, saying your feminine power energy, and he's got your blessing. I thought that was a decent, point in the show. Because, child, after all of that, we needed something positive, right? And I don't know about this picture, but it's just like she really was just into the conversation. First of all, the skin is skinning, okay? I will definitely say that. She came in the Foxy Cleopatra glasses. She would have came in an afro. She could have been Foxy Cleopatra's auntie, for real. Shout out to Beyonce, Austin Powers Gold member, okay? Listen. But it was just like
Listen, I told you they on a world tour. She's looking for her little Foxy thing, too. She's looking for her little, her little Tootsie Roll. Her little sugar baby.
Hashtag, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie?
Chris said in order for Alexis to find out, she got to be submissive.
Oh, my Lord. My Lord, my Lord, my Lord. So then here's the whole gang right here. Whole gang right there, okay. So that was that. It was a nice point in the show to have some comedic relief. Because then we have Tatiana and Clay. They're playing chess. And Tatiana is hanging on. Clay is like, what the hell is going on? You know what I mean? Clay is, really upset because Tatiana's not giving her all. And Tatiana, rightfully so, said, what you did changed the dynamic of our relationship. And Clay said, I need you to give your all. And she said, well, I'm not going to give my all. And he was like, well, I'm done. And he wants to leave the house. So then Kiki says, what the fuck is wrong with him? Kiki, can you mind your business? Please.
Right, because girl, why do you keep on dipping into shit that ain't got nothing to do with you, and then you're steady allowing your relationship to damn near cease to exist? Y'all about to leave the house too. You in the same damn boat, but yet you want to be up in their business. Girl, if you do not get your life.
And she said with such a boldness to her too, Gigi. Like, what the fuck is wrong with him? Are you this bold for Brandon? To use a word, I was flabbergasted. So then Cinco, being the man he is, right? He said that, you know, he hasn't grasped the fact that, you know, Tatiana is upset. And I didn't know if it was Alexis or Jay, but I think it was Jay that said he hasn't grasped any of this shit. So then Tatiana and Clay talk. But before that, Clay is already packing. And so then after a conversation, Clay doesn't want to pack. Bruh, where's your scooter? Where is it? Where is your scooter? Where is it? Where is your scooter? Where is it? You know what? This is how Clay has been moving with this damn secret. This is how he's been moving.
It's not just feeding the hungry only on Thanksgiving. It's an everyday situation. You know what I mean? This is 265 days a year.
That is funny. 265 days? Where the hell that bitch live at?
It's not.
265 days? What? What?
I mean, bro, what are you doing? Do you want combo number 1? Do you want combo number 3? Do you want a turkey leg from Disneyland or do you want a pretzel? What the fuck do you want?
This was his out because he does not know how to address conflict, especially rejection. This what we talked about earlier. This is him being rejected. He does not know how to accept it. Instead of him actually noticing the fact that even with all of this going on, she has still been willing to be around you, play chess. She's still even talking to you. Okay, yeah, you can't touch her, or you know, things have changed, rightfully so. Do you expect them to just be
that part
where like nothing happened? No, this woman's hurt. But you being the man that you are, you're unable to accept it because that's a hit to your ego.
Yep.
So in order to be able to accept her hurt and pain, you would have to be open to being rejected. And that's not something that he's willing or capable of doing right now. So the only thing he can do is leave. And that's what he is doing. That's why when you said he was a prince, no, he's a pauper. He is a deceiver. He's a Decepticon. That's what you call him because he can't keep up this mask anymore. So only thing he can do is run.
To translate that, you a lie and you a cheat. I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't want you no more.
Yeah.
You know how many times Angela Bassett has ever gotten that from a fan? I mean, good damn. If it's one thing, I'll put it like this. You know how there's a moment through the decades that always comes back, like whenever they talk about like Janet Jackson, what happened at the Super Bowl, that always comes back. That's the one thing for Angela Bassett that always comes back through. That one line. Oh my God. But anyway, child. But yeah, I fully agree with you, Gorgeous, because it's like, bruh, you did what you did. And what do you expect for her to do about it? That's like how at Toys R Us you used to be able to ride through the store with a bike to try it out before you could take it home. Try to ride a bike in your parents' house. You either got grace for 5 seconds, or you about to feel what not having grace, or you're going to feel like what it is not to have grace. There is no in between. And so I really hate Clay for doing this because, and I hope that for next season, child, and I know it's like, Lord, do we need another season? But y'all, on these, all the content they can get. But I feel like this, if your person does not want to stay there, you should be able to stay. Like, I know it's for the couples and to keep everything together, but child, Tatiana did not deserve to leave because she didn't do nothing wrong. She like she said to her mom, she's just enjoying the drinks. And I hate it for her because she didn't do nothing wrong. She's been more than gracious.
Yeah, I mean, she definitely didn't do anything wrong, but as far as staying, like, no, you came in as a couple.
Yeah, I know.
Go ahead and leave individually, you know. If one part of the couple leaves, and the other person needs to leave, because it's not like you're there with singles. This isn't Ready to Love, right. So you're not, there were other singles where you can actually mingle and possibly meet someone else.
Right.
Now, if they had it like that, where there was a curveball thrown, like, hey, okay, well, we actually have someone else who you happen to have been talking to as well. So if here's your second option.
Right.
Yeah, it'd be fucked up to have your second option come because your first one didn't, but yeah.
So
but yeah, definitely having, him not having the maturity to even accept her feelings, it was time to go.
Yeah, fully agree. So in the preview, well, before that, Jared said the honeymoon phase is over. Now to get to the preview, there's a Boxing Day with Chris and Alexis. Ty and Cinco talk. Brittany and Ty talk. Then Jared and Charlie. Now, I think we should do the poll first before we drop the team.
Yeah, let's do the poll first.
Okay. Because remember when we said we had some tea? It's tea. It's tea. Here it is, y'all. So there's a weekly poll every episode. So they really know how to pick the poll questions, huh? So here it is. Is it okay for a man's female best friend to jump on him for a hug if he has a girlfriend? Now think about this from the opposite point of view.
No, not at all. Fuck no. No.
I'm with you. And child, these are all the options. I'm just gonna read them all. I'm with you. It's a no, but just for contextual purposes, for people that can't see but can hear, and for the people that can't hear but they can see it because when they pull up closed caption it. No, it's totally disrespectful, inappropriate, and wrong. In the words of Clavassier, it's just a hug. It's the making it an option for me, child. If the girlfriend isn't comfortable with it, it's fine. Isn't uncomfortable with it, it's fine. Nope. Let's see what America says, child. Child, you know what, America? I can't stand y'all asses. You see this shit? 5%. Hang on, let me zoom it. Let me show y'all. 5%. 5% of you fucks said the words of Cavassier is just a hug. Okay. If the girlfriend is uncomfortable with it, it's fine at 17.5%. Ladies and gentlemen, 77.5% said no, it's totally disrespectful, inappropriate, and wrong. Yeah, that's about right. I'm just surprised it was 5%. I'm like, damn.
Well, at least we know there's 5% of Clevasiers around the world. There's at least 5% of him here.
Child. And then 17.5% said if the girlfriend is uncomfortable with it, it's fine. I'm like, okay. Child. So, with that being said, I think it's now time for that tea. So, this is all alleged. Okay? Just want y'all to know this. Now, this comes to us from the Ray to Love Reddit, okay? Okay. Now, I'm going to scoot it over. Okay. Hang on. Right here. Well, I'll try to get the headline. So Clay had a daughter outside the baby he was hiding. So Clay had a daughter outside the baby he was hiding. So Clay had a daughter outside the baby he was hiding. Crazy work, crazy work, crazy work. Now, this person, Melody Rang, that's the name right there, Melody Rang. Shout out to OMFG Reality TV. Here it is here. Hi, Tatiana. I know you don't know who I am, and you're probably wondering why I'm messaging you. But I wanted to tell you that you're not alone. Clay is not the person he says he is, and he's not a good person. I'm about to tell you what I'm about to tell you, rather, is not to try to make you jealous or mad or to add drama. But I just want to tell you that I really relate to how you're feeling. Last month, I gave birth to Clay's daughter. It's not the one he kept from you. It's a separate one. Last month, I gave birth to Clay's daughter. Is not the one he kept from you. It's a separate one. One more time. Last month, I gave birth to Clay's daughter. Is not the one he kept from you. It's a separate one. During my entire pregnancy, he was absent and didn't even want to acknowledge that I was pregnant. He still doesn't want to be there to support his daughter. I also didn't know about his other daughter, Moon. When I confronted him about it, he tried to tell me that he wasn't trying to hide it from me. He just didn't know how to tell me. So he was lying to me the whole time. And I eventually totally cut him off. But all to say is, if you want to talk more in detail, I'm totally willing to. Just know this is who y'all defending.
I said it. I knew there was more that he was hiding.
Child.
Ugh. Punk ass Decepticon. I told you he just Child. So not only does he have this baby, but he got another baby with a different woman.
Yeah.
Was he gonna try to make Tatiana a third?
That part.
And I wonder whoever this baby mama is, if she knows anything about the best friend.
Your guess is as good as mine, child. Child, I don't know.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. And there's more to come. That's amazing. It's more to come. So Clay and Tatiana, they left. They're gone. They're out. Next. Okay, let's do a prediction. For the next couple to leave, who do you think it'll be?
I honestly think it's going to be. I think it's going to be Brittany and Ty.
Yeah, I can see definitely Brittany and Ty. But I see Kiki and Brandon too.
Oh, absolutely. With question.
But yeah, between Brittany and Ty and then Jared and Charlie, I'll say those are the two that I feel like might need to go the most. No, Kiki too, because her deceiving ass too. It's so much deception going on. But yeah, I'll agree with you. I'll go with Brittany and Ty too.
Yeah, because it's just, this is just too damn much. I mean, this is just season 2. Now, y'all, of course, we don't know who. Let's see. I'll type it in right now. L-O-T-R-E. Oh, wow. That's Tatiana's IG. Wow. Okay. If we can get her, we'll get her. Because, child, we got to talk. Gigi, if you DM her, I'll DM her, and we can see if we can try to get her on. Because, child, we need something here.
We could definitely do that. Yeah, definitely need to. Tatiana, if you're listening, if you're watching, girl, can we get an interview?
Because child,
we have questions. Even Clay, if you feel like you want to talk, anybody from the show,
yes,
we are always down for interviews.
Without question.
Yeah, this is just this is crazy, but
because child, we talked to a pretty good majority of the cast last season. We talked to Aaron H. Diamond. We talked to Millie, and we talked to Josh as well. Josh was just here for our last show. So you know, we definitely do know people. And I will say this, right? We try to give love, grace, and space, but also too, we also just keep it a buck. Right? So when it came to, you know, everything going down with you know, Tatiana, and not Tatiana, but when it came down to Aaron H, Aaron H and Josh and Shay and Diamond and that whole situation, you know, we talked about it. And we said what needed to be said, but we were still giving love, grace, and space. So if you do come on, just know we're going to keep it a buck. But also, too, and I think Gigi will agree with me on this, we really do be about our business. We really do. Because we know that to be on national television to give of yourself is not easy under any circumstance. And to try to navigate this somehow and try to figure out how to move forward and dealing with social media and you don't know who to trust, all that's not easy. So if you do come on, just know we're gonna hold your feet to the fire. But we're also not gonna throw out your humanity. Oh, Gigi dropped down. Oh. Okay, there she is. Okay. Gigi, did you hear what I said?
Yeah, I heard the last part. I accidentally locked out instead of hitting the mic. But yeah, we definitely offer grace and space and humanity, and we're, open to all conversations, but we do keep it real. We're not about, we will keep it respectful, but we will ask the questions. So there's something you want to air your grievance, you have, something that you feel like needs to be said or heard, we're the best platform for it.
Absolutely.
Not to say anything about anybody else, but we've definitely been following the show. We've been steady when it comes to doing our reviews for the show and keeping up with all information. So yeah. But do you have anything else for the recap? Because we did it like that.
Yeah.
That's it for the show.
That was
and show. Then we got the tea.
Yeah. And like I said, shout out to the Ready to Love Reddit. You can find some good stuff over there.
Yeah.
And not just on Ready to Love, but they even got Beyond the Gates Reddit and a bunch of other stuff over there. So shout out to them. But yeah, when I saw this, I'm like, oh, we gotta bring this up. But we had to dog walk this, y'all.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't give it to you in the middle. We certainly wasn't gonna give it to you in the beginning. No. Because in order to understand the masterpiece, you have to understand what makes up the composition of the masterpiece for you to receive it.
Right.
So.
But yeah, thank you guys for joining us. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe to both of our channels. I am a Queen's Tea with Gigi Nan or Tea with the Queen, either one. Mm-hmm. And this is my brother Braylon Lee. Make sure you catch us here. We normally do it every Saturday, but lately we've been doing it on Sundays because you had holidays. You had Mother's Day last week. You had, I think it's just been a crazy week for a lot of people.
Yes.
So schedules and timing kind of been a little bit off, but we are always here either Saturday or Sundays. You will always be, make sure you hit the notification so you are alert and notified every time we post or go live.
Yes.
So we will see you guys here next week for another episode of the Never Ever Mets. And yeah, let's just see what happens.
We'll be here, but we can't promise the review is going to be mentally sane because, child, if this was just episode 7, and we don't know how many episodes it is, y'all. We don't. Last season was 10, so based on that off of last season, it should be 10. But then again, we gotta wait and see because Josh said there's supposed to be a reunion. So we shall see, but child, we'll be here for it, and me and Gigi will do our best to try to get Tatiana on for an interview if we can, because there's definitely more than meets the eye. But child, also too, everybody's eyes saw what they saw too, so it's like
right. I spy with my little eye, and I know that I saw her legs wrap around his thigh.
That part. Jesus.
But all right. That is it. We'll see you guys back here again next week. Love you guys. Bye.
Love you. I'll text me when you're done so we can talk about all the other stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, because that was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I will definitely message you afterwards.
All right. Love you. Talk soon.
All right.
Y'all, that is the show. Thank you all so much for being here. You know, we always end it with a daily motivator. So I will say this, right? Y'all know I always have a theme. You know, there's a drink called twisted tea. You got to be careful of how twisted you make the tea, right? First thing I'll say is, Clay, for you to have this tea and for you to twist it up this bad, dude, this is a pattern. First thing I'll tell you about twisted tea is just because it tastes good doesn't mean you should drink it. There are some drinks we need to put down. That's one. Number two, you too, Justine Bow. Much love to you, my friend. Number two, if you don't like the flavor of what you drinking, then honestly, just spit it out. Like, you don't have to take in anything that anybody gives you. You really don't. And finally, listen. Recognize that truly, look at the expiration date of the tea, right? If it is tea that is old, mildew, and it's going to be a detriment to you, then don't be about it. Oh yeah, okay, gotcha. Okay, that was for Gigi. Much love to Gigi, man, absolutely. If the tea is old, bitter, and it's and the flavor's not holding, just recognize truly, just because somebody's pouring the tea, be careful about how they brew the tea. Okay, be careful about how they brew the tea. Be careful about how they brew the tea. Be careful about how they brew the tea. Clay, you did what you did, bro. And like me and Gigi said, we are willing to interview you, Tatiana, anybody from the cast. So like I said, this is a lot to be on national television, to offer yourself to America, and for you not knowing what the outcome is going to be, it's very commendable. But bruh, as I have said before, if you want us to root for you, you gotta give us something to root for. And bruh, nobody will be rooting for that in real life. Get some help, Clay. That's your daily motivator about twisted tea, everybody. With that being said, it's time for the best outro on YouTube. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say you want more special, because you were always born a blessing and trust. You may not be where you want to be, but by the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen. Be wise one thing. Call yourself is nothing but chosen. One love, much love, all love. I have spent time with you. You have spent time with me. I'm sorry. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say you want more special, because you were always born a blessing. We have spent time with you. You have spent time with us. And hopefully by spending time together, we will rise up to be great together. And always remember, we do radio, television, YouTube, living your best life, or child, you're recognized that sometimes being hidden can give you peace. Make sure the replay is not just for if you watch it, not just for if you listen to it, but if you want to experience it again. We love you, we value, we embrace you all. Always remember, receive love, you gotta give it, or receive love, you gotta give it, or receive love, you gotta give it. Wherever obstacles you have overcome, wherever success you have achieved upon this particular day, we are extremely proud of you, but no one else is proud of you. Be proud of you, damn self. Finally, Do not let, right, what you're going through to determine how you make decisions, right? And I say that because there is another side to darkness, right? For all the darkness that there is, there's light. And you notice how darkness always runs away from light, but light never runs away, it stays still. You ever notice that? Why would darkness need to leave if darkness is that big, bold, and bad? Recognize darkness is weak, light is strong. Light illuminates, darkness hides. But bigger than that, darkness darkness is like a how can I put this? Darkness is like you go up to somebody's house, right? Just because it's dark doesn't mean it's not a ring camera there. Be careful what you do with the dark, because eventually that ring camera will bring it to light. Your mental ring camera or otherwise. Commercial break and fireworks are coming your way for the day that was, for the day that's coming, for the blessings that always, for you, me, all of us, as a society, as a people, as a culture. We feel the love and we send it right back to you. Good night, everybody. Love you all. Bye-bye.
All day. Yeah, we're working, let me play. You know me, work real hard, now we're ready, let's play. Hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go, yeah. Hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder.
Sweet morning dew, one look at you, and it was plain to see you were my destiny. God, you are found. I come from nothing. Our son is your son. Welcome to the celebration. We all we got. I'm too bad. Don't you leave here today with happiness. I want you to leave here with shame.
There's really no secret about our approach. We keep moving forward,
with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
In Disney's 102-year history, there have been many defining moments and countless achievements. Today, we celebrate another thrilling moment, the creation of a spectacular new Disney theme park resort coming to Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi is a place where heritage meets innovation, a place where we preserve our past while designing the future.
Bringing a Disney theme park resort to Yas Island, Abu Dhabi, marks a historic milestone in our journey as a global family destination.
The 7th Disney theme park resort destination represents a new frontier in theme park ambitions. Our resort in Abu Dhabi will be the most advanced and interactive destination in our entire portfolio. The location of our park is incredibly unique. It's anchored by a beautiful waterfront, which will allow us to tell our stories in completely new ways. Ultimately, this project will be a celebration of what's possible when creativity and progress come together.
What we are creating with Disney in Abu Dhabi is a whole new world of imagination and experience that will inspire generations across the region and the world.
This collaboration represents a powerful fusion of Disney's unmatched legacy in storytelling and Mira's commitment to bringing world-class entertainment to our guests.
Abu Dhabi's vision for the future is to create a legacy for generations to come.
Disneyland Abu Dhabi will be authentically Disney and distinctly Emirati. An oasis of extraordinary Disney entertainment at this crossroads of the world. It will bring to life our timeless characters and stories in many new ways, becoming a source of joy and inspiration for the people of this vast region to enjoy for generations to come.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.